Well, we're here today at the Schmidt Training and Technology Center on the campus of the Reading Area Community College. And we're excited to interview the administration and faculty who run this amazing program. Building out the workforce and fully staffing our manufacturing facilities is the #1 challenge facing our employers. We're here today at Reading Area Community College to learn about the efforts that they have with training young people to take up these jobs. This special episode of PMA Perspective from the Reading Area Community College starts now.
You're watching PMA Perspective, a statewide source for business, government, and policy news. Reports from the field with PMA's Carl Morera, newsmaker interviews with David N. Taylor, and from our studios in Harrisburg, PMA Perspective starts now.
Dr. Susan Looney, thank you so much for hosting us here today at Reading Area Community College.
Thank you. We are always happy to have everyone come and tour the Schmidt Training Center and see the amazing work we are doing here.
So why don't you just start, just give the viewers an overview of your institution.
Sure. So Reading Area Community College is the largest higher education institution in Berks County. There are 6 colleges in Berks County, and Reading Area Community College is the largest, with over 8,500 students in both academic programs and our workforce training programs. We are also a Hispanic serving institution, which means 25% or more of our students are self-designated Latino. So we're really serving our community and helping reduce equity gaps and providing avenues for equitable industry training for all students.
Well, and that's what's so exciting about this particular moment, where we have so many of these good-paying, family-sustaining jobs in manufacturing and the skilled trades that are currently unfilled, and to be able to connect people who've been, marginalized or outside the workforce, to help them to gain these skills, to take on one of these good-paying jobs, and giving them an ownership stake in American society. Like that's how we all win together. And
that's really the mission of a community college, is to offer access, opportunity, excellence, and hope. And that's what we do, and specifically in the workforce training side. And this is probably one of the finest facilities in the Northeast. Yes. We have partnerships with over 200 businesses and industries with a prime focus on manufacturing training. And we've got wonderful partnerships with companies like East Penn Manufacturing, Hershey, and Case New Holland.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous. So let's talk about the spectrum of skills that are available for students here at Reading Area Community College.
Sure. So we have a strong electrical program, a strong machining program, probably one of the highest tech robotic and artificial intelligence programs. We've got the first Industry 4.0 training in the country.
Wow.
We were the first college to obtain this training, and we did a lot of the testing to actually help the company work out the bugs so we could really go nationwide.
Well, that's spectacular. So we're here in the CNC Machining Center, and that this is one of the crown jewels of the workforce program.
It really is, so much so that we have been named a top 10 finalist for the prestigious Bellwether Award. This award is given to community colleges that have the best practices, and in this case it was for workforce development.
Wow.
And specifically with the work that we did with Case New Holland in training their CNC operators in half the time without reducing any of the academic integrity of the training.
Wow.
And they had about a 2,000 hour backlog. Because of our training, they were able to reduce that backlog almost to 0.
Wow, that's incredible. And so again, this is national level recognition.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, we talk about the opportunities. Let's also talk about the challenges of trying to, fill the capacity here. Because I mean, again, you folks have there are open seats. You're ready for more students.
We are, and we have such a unique model here in training that it's not the traditional academic model that some might think of going to class from 9 o'clock until 10:20 Monday and Wednesdays. We have a competency-based training program here in the Schmidt Training Center, which means that students can come in, and it was really designed for the incumbent workers. We've made it in addition to the incumbent workers, but also for the academic programs. So we offer both types of training here. But the labs are open from 7 in the morning until 9 at night to allow for shift work and for the incumbent workers to come in at any time and do their work. We have expertise faculty who've come from industry, who are here in the labs, and then they make sure all the students, whether it's an employee coming to get upskilled or a student working on their machine tool associate's degree or their mechatronics degree, they do their competency-based work here, and then the instructor makes sure that they get the skills along the way.
And so here at Reading Area Community College, you also pride yourself on customized training.
Exactly. We are known for our customized training. We can actually take any problem that a company has, sit down with them, discuss what they're looking for, and then build the training programs, find the instructor, design it, execute it, and then assess it to make sure it is exactly what the company wanted. We're expanding training into the high schools. Many of them are asking us for specific customized training in ESL, not just learn English as a second language and teach that on the floor for manufacturers, but also can we teach Spanish for supervisors and managers.
Yes.
So there is cross-communication and stronger communication to just help our workforce.
The customer-focused orientation of the institution, that I think also is a key ingredient to your success.
Well, we realize that for manufacturers, the time is money. So they can't necessarily take people off the line and send them to campus. So we want to go and to their place, and if that works for them, we have that flexibility. We know well-skilled employees are going to mean money for them.
Sure.
And better production lines, stronger production lines, and ultimately a stronger return on their investment for their training.
Right, and a healthier institution for the community.
Absolutely.
Because when you have manufacturing facilities that are up and running at full capacity with fully staffed, it's not just the value that's getting added and the customer satisfaction and the and the earnings. It's like a company that is doing well is going to be a stronger part of the community. It's going to be leaner, more competitive, and and longer lived, because we know that manufacturing is an important part of the communities where they're located, with value added, with good paying jobs, being significant local taxpayers, and that certainly a community that loses its factory is a community in trouble.
We realize that this is a nationwide problem. Nationwide. The fact that we've got the silver tsunami with so many people retiring, and then between COVID and just supply chain and all the other issues, that there's this perfect storm coming together during this time, that if we don't help, who will?
So can you describe the ways that you're reaching out to younger people to let them know about the opportunities that are available?
Absolutely. We've got numerous avenues to reach the younger generation. We actually have pathways that have been designed for probably over a decade now, where students take some of their courses at the local career technical centers and then can come to RACC, transfer those credits here, finish up their capstone courses in mechatronics and machine tool, and can earn an associate's degree and get a job almost immediately. Sometimes almost have jobs lined up before they graduate because they're so well skilled. So there's a really strong partnership, and that's the future pipeline for so many students. We also, at Reading Area Community College, give out over $1 million in scholarships a year to students. And those students can be fresh out of high school, they can come from the Career Technical Center, they can be returning adults. So we want that. We talk about access. We want to make sure there's access. We're extremely affordable. Tuition's approximately $6,000 a year. So what an investment. So many times the parents don't realize the importance of going to a community college and getting skill sets. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a focus was on earning a bachelor's degree. And no one's more supportive of education than me, but there's a lot of value in earning an associate's degree in a workforce setting.
Absolutely, and certainly that we hear about the student loan debt crisis and young people who have their degree, but are moving forward in life with the burden of repaying large costs. For a young person to be able to have received the skills, gotten the degree, and to have little or no debt, like that is a big leg up in life.
It's huge, and I think that's a message that we really want to get across to parents, because so many times you do what your parents did for you, and again, so many thought the traditional four-way to a Ivy League school, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a wonderful option, but if there's other opportunities, right, it's certainly something to look into.
And that RACC hosted not too long ago a manufacturing summit. Can you tell us about that? We
have been hosting the manufacturing summit here in Berks County for years now, and we're happy to host. We love the opportunity. It is this past year or two, it has been truly run by our chamber, but they know that we've got a really beautiful facility and the space, and what a perfect place to bring either people who've not been to campus, manufacturers, new friends to RACC, see this facility, and then have a full program of expertise who are talking about everything that they all want to know about. HR issues, where do we find the future? Everyone's looking for employees, where do we find them? And so we sit at that table and we try to help educate, but also make sure that we're there helping them solve the problems.
Well, we're so pleased to get to see the Schmidt Training Center and to see all the activities and to meet some of your spectacular staff members.
And I think spectacular is the perfect word. We have amazing team members here. They come from industry, they know this world, they love teaching, they love seeing the students grow, and then they love seeing the students end up in industry.
We're actually going to head out and start making that tour now. Thanks so much. So Jim Sharon, it's so nice to meet you, and that you are an instructor in robotics here at RACC.
That's correct.
So let's talk about the program and what kind of skills that you impart to the students here.
Okay, as we all know, robotics is proliferating through industry everywhere. So here at RACC we have two varieties of commercial robots that we do training on, which is FANUC, who is the #1 manufacturer of industrial robots in the world, and also Moto Yaskawa, which is #2 manufacturer of robots, industrial robots in the world. We start our students out, we have two different pathways for our students. We have degree students that come in and they don't train on the industrial robots, they train on educational robots. Reason being, we want them to get the principles of robotics, but not get too specific. The robot industry hasn't standardized programming language yet. So our commercial robots are more inclined to train currently employed people that are upping their skills.
Got it.
So if somebody comes in and a degree-seeking student would spend thousands of dollars to take a course in FANUC, go to an employer that has ABB robots, they'd have to spend their money all over again.
Right. So when your students leave here, what kind of opportunities are available? How well do they place at companies?
Our students are basically headed into some type of a maintenance technician position. Now, maintenance is not the same as it was 30 years ago. You don't go out with a couple of wrenches and a hammer and fix things. Now it's one of your biggest tools is like a laptop. Our technicians have to be tech savvy, they have to be computer savvy, they have to have education. That being said, there's really kind of a couple of paths that they can follow. Some people like to be straight mechanics, so they're working more on the physical aspects. Other people like to be electricians, so they're working on the electrical aspects. And then there's electromechanical technicians who kind of cover both of them. Stepping up from there would be a controls technician. Controls technician do the programming and the higher end troubleshooting. People leaving the program with no experience can still expect to get in the high 20s dollars per hour, up to the mid high 30s. I get job postings all the time from LinkedIn. And I had one recently from a large beverage manufacturer down in the Allentown area. And they were starting their electromechanical techs at $42 an hour per day shift.
Wow.
$44 a night shift with a $10,000 bonus. So there's a lot of money to be made, and they're really good positions.
Yeah, it's a great place to start too. So that's wonderful. So, you know, how long have you been here with RACC?
I came here as a student in about 2010, actually. And between going to RACC, attending RACC, and teaching at RACC, I've been here for going on, I guess it'll be going on 12 years in June.
That's fantastic.
I was in the marine industry for years in California. When I moved back to Pennsylvania, of course, there is no marine industry here. And I went to work in a plastics facility as a maintenance electrician. I never had the computer controls. When I went to electrical school, it was in the 70s, and everything was kind of relay logic. So one of the things that's kind of essential is knowledge of PLCs, which are programmable logic controllers. I had no formal training in that, so I came to RACC to get some formal classes in PLCs. Ended up doing the mechatronics degree and teaching here after that.
Wow. And again, the role that you play and the other instructors is just so important, because you're, in a lot of ways, you're the keeper of the flame. And that, you know, as our workforce continues to, the incumbent workforce continues to age, you know, we need people with that, you know, with that expert knowledge to be able to pass it along to the rising generation. So thanks very much for everything that you do.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's been a real joy to get to know you. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Terry Melcher, you're the Vice President of Workforce Development and Continuing Education here at RACC. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us about this amazing institution that you work for.
The Schmidt Training and Technology Center at RACC, we were built in 2006, and it was through the vision and generosity of Ralph Schmidt and the community. So they built this phenomenal facility here to train the future workforce.
It's especially impressive to have a new facility with state-of-the-art equipment, so that the skills that you're imparting, the training that you're imparting is workplace ready, that there won't be any gap going into a factory, that you have the students working on gear that's as good as what's in the workplace.
Oh, it's pretty much the same equipment and the same processes that they're following at work, the same safety protocol. So pretty much what they're going to learn here is what they're doing already in the workplace, or if they're not there yet, we can show them what to expect.
Along with helping people to attain the skills to be in the workforce, you also do a lot of work with incumbent workers, helping to upgrade their skills.
Exactly. So we have 3 different markets. So the first market is really industry. It's our manufacturers. And here in Berks County alone, we have over 525 manufacturing companies, which is incredible in this small county. So we definitely serve them, because they are probably over 21.5% of our workforce here in Berks County. So that's a very important industry sector and really impacts our economy. So they're really one of our markets that we serve. The second market that we serve are incumbent workers. So it's workers that they want to skill up. They want to get that next promotion. And then the third market segment that we serve is basically students. We have a program here called Tech Academy. And what happens is that you go through this program and you could get your a lot of your classes paid for through the school district here. So so you're not paying the tuition on it. And then, like, the really cool thing is that once you go through Tech Academy and then you graduate high school, those credits that you've acquired, they can be transferred over into a 2-year degree. Penn State loves our engineering students. They love them because they not only have the theory and the academic basis, but they have the hands-on experience that their other students don't bring to Penn State.
Can you walk us through the different disciplines that are on offer here at the Schmidt Center?
Some of our classes are mechatronics, electronics, robotics, machining, IT,
along the way with the journey of students coming through RACC, can you tell us some memorable experiences that you've had with your students?
I was sitting in my office late one afternoon, and this tall man started walking through the hallways, and I noticed him kind of walking back and forth. So I went out and I said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "What is this place?" So I explained to him who we are and what we do here. We immediately started talking to our advisor and coach, and she worked out a whole plan with him. And here, this student had just recently come to RACC. He had graduated years prior. He didn't know what to do with his life. He started taking, some, liberal arts type classes, and he really wasn't satisfied or happy. And we showed him Schmidt. And he was immediately taken. He's gone through the course now. He just graduated or completed his courses about a week ago. Yes. And we found him employment with a local manufacturer here. He is over the moon. Another great story we have is that we have one of our manufacturers here, East Penn Manufacturing. They offer a scholarship. So you could come here and either take a certification program or get your associate's degree fully paid for by East Penn. And they just graduated their first student. And, these are students, again, they have graduated high school. They're not exactly sure what they want to do. But once they come through, and it's not only the hands-on, but it's the theory. So they're knowing why they're doing something and how that affects the lives of other people, whether they're building machines that are going to, go into healthcare or into, agriculture. It's a part of their lives now. So, and they're making great money, and they're so happy.
Well, that's tremendous. And that's the outcome we should want, that people should feel like they're where they're supposed to be.
Right. I mean, this is a pathway that should really be exposed to all students. There's another part, and that's the manufacturing tract. And that's what we're trying to expose to people now, to say, hey, maybe your parents or grandparents didn't work in manufacturing, but it's a cool industry. It's clean, it's automated, it's high tech, there's career pathways. I have to tell you, I don't know many CEOs in manufacturing that didn't start on the floor. They worked their way up.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a great experience to be here at the Schmidt Center and to be here at RACC. And just congratulations to you and the whole rest of the team here for what you do for your students, for the employers, and for Berks County.
Oh, we've got a great team, and I think you can feel the energy when you come in this building. That it's just so positive and uplifting and very welcoming.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. It was great. Thanks.
Well, wow, you were not kidding. Your team here is so impressive. It has been an absolute delight to get to tour the facility and meet the team here at RACC.
It was so wonderful having you here. I hope this really gives the chance to expose the amazing work that we do here and the amazing opportunity that many businesses and industries didn't know were available to them. So thank you.
Well, it's been a wonderful time here with you. Where can the viewers go to learn more about you and the Reading Area Community College and all the things that you do here?
Well, of course, we are on social media, and you can go to our website, racc.edu.
Wonderful. Thanks again, President Susan Looney from the Reading Area Community College.
Thank you.